Hey Fighting Knight fans, I'm Chad Beattie, Director of Athletic Communications, and welcome to this week's edition of the Nightly Review. We're going to start off with the women's basketball team, which saw its season come to a close last Wednesday, falling 80-74 against 18th-ranked Nova Southeastern in the opening round of the Sunshine State Conference Tournament. Charlotte Nelson-James and Shatoria Baker each tallied 20 points in the Fighting Knights' highest-scoring game of the season. The men's team upset third-seeded Rollins on the road last Wednesday, but fell to Eckerd in the SSC semifinals on Saturday. Ben Berry erupted for 32 points in the 85-72 victory over the Tars, while Fred Landers, Russell Wilson, and David Johnson combined for 43 points in the 64-61 loss to the eventual SSC champions Tritons in Daytona Beach. Lynn softball swept the doubleheader from Chestnut Hill on Wednesday with 6-1 and 5-1 victories, but dropped all three contests against Palm Beach Atlantic over the weekend. The Fighting Knights later fell in the opener of Tuesday's doubleheader 1-0 to West Liberty before winning by way of a 9-1 mercy rule in the nightcap. The Blue and White returned to action this weekend when they traveled to 11th-ranked St. Leo in a Sunshine State Conference series beginning on Friday evening. In men's golf, the Fighting Knights took home first place at the Gary Freeman BCU Spring Invitational to earn their second tournament championship in a week's time. Earlier this week, we caught up with Martin Cancino, who was named Sunshine State Conference Golfer of the Week for his efforts.
Hey, Fighting Knight fans, this is Chad Beattie. I'm here with men's golfer, the Sunshine State Conference Golfer of the Week, Martin Cancino. And Martin, you guys played 108 holes in 5 days. How tired are you?
Well, right now I'm pretty good, but after we played, I was exhausted. Golf takes a lot in the mental side, so I was mentally exhausted, and all my teammates were just completely dead in the right back. So, yeah, exhausted.
Now, you guys played two different courses. Both courses you guys end up winning and blowing away the field competition. You know, what was the strengths, what were the weaknesses of both these courses?
In the first golf course that we played, it was definitely tougher, and Manuel, who was the one who played the best, he was very comfortable in that golf course because he played there for several years when he was here in high school.
Okay.
And then in the second one, it was a little easier and more open, so it was good for all of us to go from a tough course then to an easy one. It was pretty cool as well, and that one suited me pretty well because most of the holes were going from right to left, and I like to hit the ball right to left, so it suited me pretty well.
Now, you guys, the first term you guys won was the Division II preview of the regionals. You know, now that we have this win, what kind of confidence now is that going to give you guys going into regionals?
Well, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good confidence. We played great golf in both tournaments, and playing a D1 tournament was definitely a great experience. It was the first time for all of us, I guess, besides Jose, I think. And definitely it gave us confidence for the next tournaments that we have, and that's pretty good in the spring because the spring is a strong season for golf.
Well, you guys are next in action at the Southeastern Collegiate. That's going to be in a couple weeks in Valdosta, Georgia. Good luck to you there. All right, and back to you, Chad.
Lynn next hits the links at the Southeastern Collegiate in Valdosta, Georgia on March 13th. The Lynn baseball team took 1 of 3 from Palm Beach Atlantic last weekend before defeating Wilmington University 9-1 on Tuesday evening. The Fighting Knights take on LIU Post on Wednesday at 5 p.m. in Lantana, Florida, before heading to Fort Lauderdale this weekend to square off in a pivotal SSC series with Nova Southeastern. The 6th-ranked men's tennis team came away with an 8-1 conference victory over Florida Southern on Saturday and has now won its last 7 SSC openers. The Fighting Knights return to the Per Tennis Complex this Thursday when they welcome in Post University at 3 p.m. The Blue and White will then battle Grand Valley on Friday in Kissimmee before returning home to square off on Monday against Auburn Montgomery. The women's team just defeated Bethune-Cookman 9-0. Carolina Cuetas won her match 6-0, 6-0, and helping the Fighting Knights claim the victory over the Cats. The Fighting Knights will also be taking on Grand Valley State in Kissimmee on Friday before returning home on Monday at 3 p.m. against Auburn Montgomery. Lynn Lacrosse fell to the top-ranked team in the country, Limestone, on Saturday, but rebounded with a convincing 19-6 win over Emmanuel on Sunday. Anthony Rayon and assistant SID Alex Slocum caught up with us on the road to talk about the 10-day road trip and the Fighting Knights' hot start.
Thanks, Chad. I'm here with Anthony Rayon of the Lynn Lacrosse team And we're here coming from room 326 at the fine Staybridge Suites in all Baltimore, Maryland. So Anthony, tell me, we're about halfway through this 10-day road trip. What's been like so far for you and the team, both on and off the field?
On the field, it's been a lot of fun. Our two games against our game against Limestone and our game against Emmanuel, both good tests, both a lot of experience for our guys. Off the field is another battle in itself, in the fact that you just have to be able to keep up and just always have the will to keep playing on a 10-day road trip. And it can be a lot for some people, but I think we're handling it really well.
So you guys are back in action tomorrow night, taking on Dominican College. You guys are get to play at Johns Hopkins University on their historic Homewood Field. What do you think that experience is going to be like?
Well, Homewood Field, Johns Hopkins is one of the most prestigious lacrosse programs in history. It's where you always see them in the finals or in the NCAA tournament, and it's somewhere people strive to play. And just the history of that field, it'll just be an honor to be able to step on and say that I've got to play there at a point in my career. And for our team, it's the same thing. They're all feeling it, and it's a happy feeling and an awesome experience that we'll get to have.
Thanks for stopping by 326, Anthony. Now back to you, Chad.
Chad, by the way, best hair in the athletics, by the way.
Thanks, Anthony. While I do admire your mane, and you will be considered for best hair as a student athlete, my magnificent mop still holds the lead among the athletic department staffers and coaches. Lynn Lacrosse is back in action on Wednesday when they play Dominican at Johns Hopkins University, with a face-off scheduled for 7 p.m. Lynn Swimming is back in the water beginning on Wednesday as Tally Carmignani, Rebecca Matthews, and Catalina Berard-Galea are set to compete at the NCAA National Championships in Indianapolis. Matthews is looking to defend her national titles in the 100 and 200 breaststroke. Fans can watch the action live on our website, lynnfightingknights.com. Finally, our women's golf team is set to begin play at the Barry U Women's Invitational on Monday at the Don Shula Resort in Miami Lakes, Florida. That will do it for this week's edition of the Nightly Review. As always, for more information on Lynn Athletics, log on to www.lynnfightingknights.com. Be sure to stay social with Lynn Athletics by following @Lynn_Knights on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching and keep Lynning. And don't forget, best here in the athletic department, John Roos.